guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jamila. I talk self-love using my story as a study, if you may, but I believe in the power of storytelling, and I know with storytelling we're able to learn from other people's lives and experiences. So today we're going to be talking about why toxic positivity is bad, why it is dangerous, and why we should be cautious of it in our daily lives, and how we treat other people and how we treat ourselves. So before I go into my own story, just so we understand what we're talking about, toxic positivity is, I'm just going to use examples, is so for instance, someone loses a child, someone loses a partner, someone loses someone very dear to themselves, and you're not making it look like, oh, it would have, thank God, oh, it would have been worse, it would have been this. Yes, you're not wrong, but in that moment they need to cry. In that moment they need to understand that they've lost something so important to them, somebody so important to them. So that's why most times when people tell you, when you go to meet somebody who has lost someone or lost something, sometimes it's better to just keep quiet. Most times it's better to just keep quiet or just comfort them if you can or if you have to. But really, in that moment, you can't start saying, oh, it happened for a reason. Yes, we all know life happens, everything that happens to us happens for a reason, but not in that moment. You don't have to say that in that moment. Maybe a week later, or I don't know the timing that is even perfect, so there's no a week later. Just when people are open to talk about it, fine. At that moment they are open to talk about it, and then you can now bring in your own reasons why you feel that there's a reason for why that happened. But when it happens, sometimes just keep quiet, just encourage them. And another example of toxic positivity is when you minimize other people's pain. Now I'm still going to use death as an example. So probably someone lost someone a year ago, 2 years ago, and they are still feeling very bad about it, and you're like, oh, but it has taken a while, they should get over it. No, not everybody gets over it when you think or when you expect them to get over it. So learn to respect whatever feelings they are going through, whatever feelings they are experiencing at the moment. Whenever they are ready, whenever they feel, yes, they can get over this thing in quotes, then that's their own prerogative. It has nothing to do with it, and you should learn to respect it. And then, you know, there's this other thing where people say, oh, this is a strong woman, oh, you can do this, you can juggle this, you can juggle that, and it now makes those people who feel they can't juggle it like they are weak or something. That's another way of showing toxic positivity. Yes, there are people who are really good at juggling different things at the same time, and they are fine with it. Not everybody can be that person. So you trying to make everybody feel like, oh, you know, there's this example, oh, but you're a woman, you should be able to juggle these things together. Like, oh, you're this. It now makes them feel bad about themselves that they are not able to meet up to this societal expectation or to this expectation that you have for them. And another thing about negative toxic positivity is when people say, oh, you're a man, you shouldn't cry. Oh, you're a this, you shouldn't cry. Oh, you should have gotten over it. Oh, it's not that serious. That's what you believe, that's what you think. In fact, there are a lot of things that I feel is not that serious, but when people are pained about it, I respect those feelings they are having at that moment. So okay, so let's jump right into my own story and what happened and how I know that toxic positivity is not good. So when I lost my mom, my younger brother was with me, and when people started coming to the house to sympathize with us, my younger brother was crying. Of course, he just lost his mom that very day, that very Thursday. And this woman, overzealous sympathizer, oh, you're a man, you shouldn't be crying. I know a lot of people were there, and he shouldn't be crying and all that. I remember the way I turned and I looked at her. I didn't even have the strength to talk, but the way I looked at her, and thankfully I had people around that day who quickly just, you know, when everybody just takes off, no, don't say things like that. He should cry, he just lost his mom, blah, 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 blah. So that kind of solved that situation at that moment. But you know, it still rings in my head that because my younger brother is a man, he is not supposed to cry, which is another way of toxic positivity. So he should feel like this thing is not hurting because he's a man. He should just bottle it up in his mind or in his heart because he's a man. No, that is so so wrong. If at that moment he didn't want to cry or he didn't feel like crying, that's his business, that's up to him. But when somebody is expressing pain, please let them express their pain. It is nobody's business that they should express it in the way you feel is the right way to express their pain. If they want to cry, let them cry. If they want to be positive about that situation at that moment, let it be so. I am a Christian and I know that in all things I am to give thanks to God, but God has never said or denied my emotions, never. Even Jesus Christ cried when his friend died. Jesus was doing miracles because he felt the pain of people and felt whatever it is we're going through at that moment. So for people to now say, because we're Christians, we cannot express these emotions, it is wrong. And I feel it is just making people have this toxic positivity. And I know I've seen a lot of time when people commit suicide, when I'm seeing their stories on social media, a lot of people say, oh, but this person was a very happy person, was a very jovial person. This is sometimes we just want to keep this face of all is well. Yes, it is good to have the mentality of all is well, even inside the well. But having to pretend that all is well when all is not well is not right. It's not doing you good. It's not doing me good. It's not doing people around you good. So now, how do we correct this positivity? Please understand that negative things would happen to us, and it's okay to express those negative emotions. Now, sitting down and dancing in those negative emotions is a different thing, because there are studies that have even shown that being positive helps our mental health. But also, if we now overtake this positivity and be like, okay, even when things are not going my way, I cannot express negative emotions I have, something is wrong with that. And then it begins to make people bottle things up. And when they're exploding, it's either suicide or some other negative things that comes out of it, because they've bottled these negative emotions that society has said they cannot bring out, or society has said because they are a certain gender or they are a certain people should not be expressed. No, that's not true. I've been through two significant losses, and I know one thing that has helped me very well is being able to express my feelings, being able to cry, being able to say I didn't feel good with what has happened to me, and because I'm a Christian, I felt God should have done something else, or whatever it is that I was feeling in that space, until I had people who came to talk to me and say, oh no, Jamila, yes, you're feeling this pain. Even God feels this pain that you're feeling. Even Jesus feels this pain you're feeling, but you cannot dwell, or you cannot sit down in that pain. And that's the thing, we allow people, it's always good to let people express themselves, so that to allow these emotions that are boiling up to go. And because I know people who do not necessarily express their emotions, keep it bottled, it comes out in a very bad way at the end of the day. And another thing about toxic positivity is even people who are in abusive relationships. You know, oh, don't worry, all is going to be well. All is going to be well. I know a lot of people who I've heard stories, sorry, not that I know them, I've heard stories of people who have lost their lives all thanks to all is going to be well. Oh, God hates this, God hates that. But one thing I keep telling people is that God loves us and he wants us happier than saying, oh, he hates this particular thing and he wants us not to do it. But if we're in a situation where we need help, we need to express that we need help, not bottling all those emotions. So yeah, so that's it. And I've always encouraged my brother, encouraged anybody. It's important, if you feel you need to express certain things, to let go of whatever negative emotions that you're going through. And even in this COVID, a lot of people just staying at home, just scared, like it has really affected a lot of people's mental health, and that going out and having that breath of fresh air. So fresh air has really helped a lot. But when we say, oh, but it's just staying at home, no, it's not just staying at home. It might just be staying at home for you, but it's not just staying at home for another person. So it's always good that we encourage people to even express those negative emotions they are going through, and with time, if we can help, then we help them. I hope this video has been able to help you know and differentiate between positivity, which is really good, and when it becomes toxic to people and to you and to people around you. Thank you so much for watching. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, and if this video meant or ministered to you or kind of touched you, please subscribe, like. Thank you very much. God bless you.